not being a restaurant owner before, I had never changed a keg, but I want to know how to do everything at my restaurant. So I had one of our gals go down and show me how to change the keg. And of course, she knows how to do it with her eyes closed. So she does it in like less than 10 seconds. She goes, "Do you got it?" And I'm like, "Uh-huh." Okay. So the next day, another keg blew. So I think I got this. So I go down there and I forgot to turn the gas off, which then releases all of the beer that's still in the line. And I took the tap off and I'm like looking at it and it's spraying me in the face. So now I'm covered in beer and I've got to go back upstairs. And so a little beer shower, but I did figure out, shut the gas off. I got the keg tapped. I was really proud of myself. I haven't done it since. So no more beer showers. Got to go back upstairs.
From northern Colorado, right here between the rolling plains and the Rocky Mountains, this is the Greeley Business Beat, your go-to series for conversations with local businesses and the incredible humans behind the scenes that make Greeley, well, great. Join us as we dive into stories of the people and places that make up the very fabric of our community. Whether you're Greeley born and raised or just passing through, we promise to pull back the curtains on some of our favorite community gems and introduce you to the neighbors who make this place special.
Hi, I'm Nick Kenny, your host today for the Greeley Business Beat. Now, listeners, gather around and lend me your ears, because today I have the distinct pleasure of introducing you to a true staple in the heart of Greeley, the Cow Saloon and Eatery. Now, this just isn't any ordinary spot. It is a culinary haven where handcrafted, mouth-watering sandwiches, soups, and cocktails reign supreme. And don't forget about Prime Rib Thursdays. In a city with a rich history in agriculture and beef, the Cow Saloon and Eatery stands as a proud tribute to our roots. Now let's celebrate the cow in all its glory and welcome owner Jodie Redfern to Greeley Business Beat. How you doing today, Jodie?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
So, Jodie, you've owned the Cow for about 3 years, but it's been around for 15 years. First, we have to cover one thing. I thought in order to be a saloon, you had to have those wooden swinging doors. Is that true?
Yeah, well, we talked about it when we bought the saloon, and some of us wanted them and some of us didn't. And so I don't know. They may still show up. Maybe the door to the event center will have those soon. So.
Okay. Okay. I didn't know. I just wanted to make sure that I have my history and knowledge there, but I understand it's not a great source for one security or keeping the temperatures at a stable thing.
And the flies.
Yes, especially the flies. Well, Jodie, you own the Cow with your husband, Ron, and you bought this 3 years ago. But let's go back those 15 years of when the Cow was created in downtown. You were a part of that, or you're connected somehow to this?
I am connected. So one of my best friends, Renee Niffen, her and her husband started the business, and he primarily ran the business. She wasn't really part of the day-to-day. And it was called the Mad Cow then, because he's a little ornery. And so... So, yes, he had that business. We bought it in April, on April Fool's Day, 2021. So, yes, I know we were either fools or just as happy as could be to to have purchased it. So,
was it intentional to buy it on April Fool's Day?
It was. It was.
So here you are 3 years later. What was it like owning a restaurant on, I guess, April Fool's Day?
Well, it was pretty funny because Danny Poppy at the time was our manager at the restaurant. So she put on our sandwich board sign that we put outside every day, "No foolin', new rulin'." And all the guests coming in were going, "What's going on?" And we've been in the community quite a long time. And so we know a lot of people, and people were just like, "You've done what? No, this is April Fool's," and it was on Facebook and all of that. And people were just blowing us up going, "There's no way you guys bought a restaurant." And we said, "Yeah, we did." So,
any restaurant experience?
So, not really. Our son-in-law and daughter are involved as well. And Brian Franzen had the most restaurant experience. I say hospitality is my gift. I love hospitality since I was little. I was just always there helping mom and grandma and all of that. So that's in my heart. Love taking care of people and the service business. And so my husband's got big picture planning, and our daughter's a beautiful writer, and she does Facebook and marketing for us. So the four of us together brought all kinds of experience, I would say.
Yeah, you have a great team there
Yep.
at the Cow. Was this something that you had talked about before taking over the Cow, or was it something that an opportunity presented itself and you said, why not? Let's just dive right into owning a restaurant.
Yeah. So our friend Jay wanted to go ahead and sell the restaurant. He made it through COVID and he moved up to Wyoming. And so he was not in the day-to-day operation. So he asked my husband to sell the business for him. And my husband, being the number cruncher that he is, he's like, we need to buy this. And I said, we're not buying a restaurant. I mean, what are you thinking? And so, we've been together 35 years and it's not the first time he's convinced me to do something a little crazy, but I'm really happy that we have, and it's been a really great experience.
Yeah. Well, I'm so glad. Well, how many times have you convinced him to do something crazy? More times, I hope?
No, I'm usually the one that's the detail person that's not thinking outside of the box. He's the dreamer, the big thinker. And so he brings it to the big picture and then I fill in the details.
See, you're yin and yang.
Yep.
You need both of you to have,
For sure.
to have success.
For sure.
So, Jodie, you've owned other businesses before the Cow. What businesses were those, and what skills did you take away from that to apply to your ownership with the Cow?
So when I met my husband, Ron, he and his dad owned Empire Dispatch Radio Communications, which is a pagers, if you even know what those are, Nick. But he and his dad owned that. So that was the first family-owned business that I was in, and that's all about customer service. I mean, obviously, people are relying on those pagers and then eventually cell phones for communication. So customer service I took from that. And then we had a clothing store, RJ's Menswear, for a few years, and that was high-end menswear in Greeley. So I got to dress a lot of people in Greeley and some really nice clothes, and that's still fun. Some of the gentlemen still come in and say, hey, I bought this tie from you, and I'm going, it's pretty old, but so that was really a fun business. And I know dressing people is not necessarily hospitality, but it's service and making people feel good. And then I got into the mortgage business for 22 years, and I was, helping people buy houses and get them financed. And Ron is in real estate. And so once again, it's all about that customer service piece. So I feel like that and just my overall desire for hospitality is what has brought us to this point.
Well, how exciting. What's it like being in the heart of downtown Greeley and the Cow, the Mad Cow, we call it the Cow, being a staple sandwich shop? So what was it like taking that over to continue the legacy?
So I'm very proud to be able to have taken it over. We put our touches on it, done some renovations, and we have our event space upstairs as well, which we're super excited about. And we tell people, we're not just a sandwich shop anymore. I mean, Jay started the prime rib tradition on Thursday nights, which we carry out, but we also have Wednesday night dinner, chef special, and we are going to go ahead and start to introduce a dinner entree on Saturday as well. So it's our goal to bring more dinners to downtown. We have a beautiful whiskey selection. I'm proud to say that we're one of the best here in Greeley, and we have some lovely wines and craft cocktails. So Jay did a fabulous job. I feel like we've taken it to the next level.
Absolutely. And being in the heart of Greeley, you get a lot of a lunch crowd coming in, but you took over right after COVID. So did you see that as a great opportunity to kind of make it your own as people were reemerging into the world during that time? Or what challenges did you face when you first started?
So we went ahead and kept the original menu for probably about 4 to 6 months. And then we went ahead and started experimenting with some different things. I think the following was so great, and that was one of the reasons that I was in agreement to buy the restaurant, is that it was already established. I really would have said no if he was like, we need to start a restaurant. I would have said absolutely not. So that's more than I wanted to take on.
There are a lot of unique names on the menu items for the sandwiches at the Cow. How did those names get created? Were they already in place? Or what do you have to do for the naming process of a sandwich?
So that's a great question, Nick. That was part of what we kept the history of the Cow from before, because they did go ahead and name their sandwiches after people downtown, or like the Nene Your Way is after Jay's wife. Her name is Renee, so we call her Nene. So that's after her. The the Mary Tea is from Mary over at the Emporium. So yeah, those are just some local people that they chose to name the sandwiches after. And so we've changed a few of them, but for the most part, kept the ones that we felt like were the heart of the restaurant.
Mary. I knew the Mary T. It was a question I was going to ask, and I'm so glad it was Mary from the Emporium. Did you know that she used to be a prison warden?
No, she's too nice.
No, I swear, Mary from Lincoln Park Emporium used to be a prison warden.
Oh my gosh. No,
oh my gosh. Yeah, there's a fun little nugget you didn't learn. So I think that sandwich needs to be a lot more stern or have a little bit of like Tabasco sauce or something on it.
Served with the side of Tabasco.
Exactly, for that shocker that people didn't quite know. Oh, yes. Ask her about it sometime.
I will.
What does it mean for you to be really at the heart of downtown Greeley?
So being a resident of Greeley since the late 90s, I've seen so much change going on, and it just makes my heart so happy to see what Mr. Toynton and the Richardsons have done downtown and their support. I mean, we bought our building from Mr. Toynton, and he is, to me, just such a pillar of this community. And so I love seeing him in our restaurant, and it's just been amazing to see the transformation and the continued growth that we have downtown.
Greeley has so much growth potential, and our downtown is so unique because we have so many different pockets of, there's a brewery here, there's, a big bank building here, there's offices, so much in such a small space. How do you stay connected with all the other businesses in downtown to make sure you're all on the same page with the events that are happening or the foresight and the planning to keep folks engaged all throughout the year?
I love the community of people in downtown Greeley. Everybody's here to help everybody else. I mean, my husband and I always say that there's more than enough business for everybody. So when we have another restaurant coming in on our plaza here soon, a barbecue restaurant, and we're welcoming them because, the more restaurants choices we have downtown, the more people we get downtown, and the more business we all have.
Absolutely. You don't see it as competition. It's almost empowering. And I think for business owners to recognize that is, one, you want a little competition because that just helps you to grow and thrive, but also you're each other's cheerleaders. And I don't know about this, but when you have a family and you're trying to figure out where to eat, it's better to have more options so you can come to an agreement rather than, well, we only have, these, and if no one's craving it, they'll go somewhere else.
Correct. Right.
Let's talk about relationships. This is not a dating show. However, when it comes to sandwiches, pickle or no pickle? Which are you, Jodie?
Pickle.
What about Ron?
No pickle.
Okay, see, that's the theory that I have, is that in every, well, not in every, I can't just lay out blanket statements, but there has to be a pickle lover and a non-pickle lover, because for me, if I get a pickle, it's on the side or something, it's tainted my fries or my chips or the bread. Oh, that's just awful. So I need somebody, to give the pickle to.
Yep, that would be me.
Yeah. But thanks for helping to end an age-old debate that I've had with just about anybody. If there's a blooper reel of just the last 3 years that you and Ron have owned the restaurant, what would be some highlights of the blooper reel of the funny head-scratching moments that you're like, well, I didn't see this coming?
Oh, things like, the rainstorms we've had in downtown Greeley. I went downstairs one night and there was water coming in from I don't know where. That was pretty much of a panic. But then also we had another leak in the women's bathroom, and it looked like a shower in there a few times. But we've got that fixed now, too. The other one I was thinking of is, not being a restaurant owner before, I had never changed a keg, but I want to know how to do everything at my restaurant. So I had one of our gals go down and show me how to change the keg. And of course, she knows how to do it with her eyes closed. So she does it in like less than 10 seconds. She goes, "Do you got it?" And I'm like, "Uh-huh." Okay. So the next day, another keg blew. So I think I got this. So I go down there and I forgot to turn the gas off, which then releases all of the beer that's still in the line. And I took the tap off and I'm like looking at it and it's spraying me in the face. So now I'm covered in beer and I've got to go back upstairs. And so a little beer shower, but I did figure out, shut the gas off. I got the keg tapped. I was really proud of myself. I haven't done it since. So no more beer showers.
Awesome. What are some opportunities you have being in an older building in downtown?
Low ceilings. And not much insulation, so things can get a little noisy at times. And old plumbing. but we're working through that. So, yeah.
If you had to choose between a historic building in downtown or a brand new, fresh paint, which would you choose?
I'd choose my historic building. It has one of our staff members came in the other day, and I had already been there just doing what I do before everybody gets there. And he walked in and he goes, "Oh, the energy. It's just so great." And I believe it is. I believe that, the building was built in 1904. I've had a guest come in and she shared pictures when her grandfather owned it in 1915. That's as far back as we've gotten. But a lot of great things, I believe, have transpired there, and it's just got a beautiful energy about it.
How much influence did you have over the Colorado Grit to get their mascot to name it Moo Moo, seeing as the cow is just across the street from the ice house?
I'll be honest, I had no influence, but I was really happy to hear that the mascot's name was Moo Moo.
Yeah, there's just like an innate connection now with the Grit and Moo Moo, the mascot, and the cow being right next door. It was almost meant to be.
I agree.
For those who are looking to start their own business, whether that's a restaurant or otherwise, what bit of advice would you give them as they're coming into Greeley or starting this new venture?
Surround yourself with the people that have been there, done that sort of thing. Being, like I said, not an experienced restaurant owner, I tried to get as much knowledge from other people. I mean, great support. The community is amazing. And so that's what I would tell people is talk to people that have been there.
And don't be scared.
Don't be scared.
Well, be a little scared.
Be a little scared.
Not too scared, but at least a little.
Don't be cocky.
A healthy amount of scared.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think now's a good time to go with like a rapid fire questions that I'm going to ask. So the best way to do this is to not think.
Okay.
All right. So for, let's just talk about burger or chicken.
A burger.
Okay. Veggie burger or tofurkey?
Neither. Come on. We're in Weld County.
Fair enough. Chips or fries?
Fries.
Chili or salad?
Salad.
Soup or salad?
Depends what the soup is. I mean, I love our soups. I love salads. So it's a toss-up.
Beer or wine?
Wine.
Whiskey or beer?
Beer.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Jodie, for being here. Jodie is one of the owners of the Cow Saloon and Eatery in downtown Greeley. Go check them out for lunch, for dinner, for their prime ribs, the true staple of downtown where agriculture and beef come together in a great spot. So, Jodie, thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed this episode of the Greeley Business Beat.
Like what you're hearing on the Greeley Business Beat? Do us a favor and share this episode. Subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts, and be sure to leave a review. We'll be rounding up more businesses and attractions each month. So sit back, tune in, and we'll keep dishing up the stories that make Greeley great. The Greeley Business Beat is a production of the City of Greeley in collaboration with 1K Creative. Greeley is one of the few spots in Colorado that combines the best of everything the state has to offer. Beautiful vistas, deep agricultural roots, easy access to the outdoors, and a vibrant and friendly community. Learn more at visitgreeley.com. Until next time, stay connected to the heart of Greeley.